my favourite inspirations don't even come from cycling. It more comes from musicians and artists, and seeing how they become creative in what they do. The sky's kind of the limit in their like world. So with me, if I can make the sky the limit in my world, I don't need inspiration from another rider. I just think if I can focus on what I'm doing first, then I'll figure it out.
So I'm Jamie Ramsey. I'm here with
Leo Smith, aka Lando Steezy, whatever you want to call me. Just check me out on Instagram and you'll find everything you need to know about me.
Okay, so is this your first time to Kendall Mountain Festival?
Yeah, first time at the festival. It's a really good vibe. Bit mountainy, it's something that's a bit out of my depth, living in the city and living in the countryside. Yeah, we don't see this many mountaineer type people, so it's culture's totally different to what I'm actually used to, but I can gel anywhere I go.
What have you liked most about being here? Have you been to any talks or films?
Yeah, well, from a young age, I might not look like it with a belly, but I've loved sport. Always been sporty, always tried something to keep me active, always trying to find a new hobby. So yeah, coming here and checking out new sports is it's an eye-opener. It wouldn't surprise me if I probably start trying some within the next year. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you're very city-based, Manchester, has this inspired you to maybe think about taking your bike riding skills into the countryside?
Well, I do. I still, every single day I switch up between mountain bike, gravel, skate park. So if I'm bored at one, I've always got the other to go to. And where my mother lives, who's sat in the corner, she lives right in the countryside. So if we stay at hers, then yeah, we're in the countryside. But when my girlfriend lives in the city centre, it'll just be street riding, anything that you can put two wheels on, which is absolutely anything, yeah. I'll attack it.
So what is it that draws you to two wheels? What is it about the biking scene?
Day-to-day life, horrible. I'm 26 years old. I don't have a driving license, so bikes are all I know. And friendship, all my friends I hang out with, going riding, yeah, they ride so many different types of cycling. I've always got somewhere to go, someone to chill with, someone to hang out with, so yeah, it's quite easy and accessible to just pick up a bike. And being in the city, walk out your door, there's a train, public transport, and living in the countryside, it's so small that riding a bike's way more convenient than driving. So for me, just two wheels are just, yeah, it's all I need, really.
And what would be your inspiration to take your cycling? Where would you most like to take bikes?
Well, I've already ticked off everywhere I've wanted to go with a bike, so it's at the moment, I feel like I've reached my peak, but then I've felt like I've reached my peak in life 10 times over. So I'm just trying to find the next thing to do. Whatever comes at me, as long as I've got my bike passport, I'll go anywhere. So absolutely anywhere.
Where is the most amazing place you've been?
I say it all the time. Barcelona. It's get out of the airport, you've got 10 things you can ride without even paying for. In Barcelona, you need your food money. That's it. Food money and a bike, and you'll have fun every single day. Or, I was riding gravel out in America earlier on in the year, and some of the gravel paths, seeing chipmunks and snakes on the same path is yeah, this really what cycling is, seeing it in the UK, we maybe see a deer every now and then, yeah. But over there, yeah, it's wild. So yeah, passport, bike, I'm good anywhere.
And a lot of people here are here to be inspired by people like you. Yeah. So what kind of things would you say to people to help get them into the sport that you love so much?
With cycling, if you look on my Instagram page, you think, oh, this guy probably rides gnarly every day, but really, I commute more than anything. And what I post on Instagram is 30 seconds out of my day. So if you want to go riding, just pick up a bike, and honestly, even ride. I have as much fun riding down the road as I do going through a forest. So if you can just find what you like about cycling, I promise you'll pick up that bike once or twice a week, and it'll just take over your life then, and your bank account. Let's not speak about that.
Horrible question. If you're allowed to have one type of bike, which kind of bike would you have? It's the only bike you're allowed to ride for the rest of your life.
I can't answer it, because gravel gives you the speed. You can ride it on the road, you can ride it on a bridleway. The dirt jump bike, I can go to skate park and go dirt jumps. The community in dirt jumping is really gnarly, so if you need that adrenaline fueled like day, that would be the bike. Then the mountain bike, like, well, mountain bike's mountain bike. You go mountains, you can go forests. Like say, you can just ride it down the bridleway. There's so much you can do with a bike. Any discipline biking as well. So it's like, I can't narrow it down to one. I get asked this at least 5 times a week as well. So if it had to be one, and what I ride the most, it's a gravel bike. But I've never actually posted a video online of me riding a gravel bike.
Right.
It's just the bike I go to every morning. That's, it gives me what I need. And then from there, I'll probably go dirt up it.
Right. And in the world of biking, who do you look up to? Who are your inspirations? Who are the people that drive you? Is it your community, or are there people who are...
I love art. I love music. I love creativity. So my favourite inspirations don't even come from cycling. It more comes from musicians and artists, and seeing how they become creative in what they do. The sky's kind of the limit in their like world. So with me, if I can make the sky the limit in my world, I don't need inspiration from another rider. I just think if I can focus on what I'm doing first, then I'll figure it out. But as for riders, I like what people do. It's just my inspiration comes from somewhere else outside of cycling. So yeah, real hard one to answer. But yeah, I just find my inspiration comes from art and artists, and cyclists aren't really my inspiration.
And how did you get into it? Like, what was the driver? Did you just pick up a bike one day and go, this is where my love is?
So I played professional football, weirdly, and my friends, they also played football, but then they got BMX bikes, and we started to go to the skate park more than we'd go play football. Even though, like, in school, you can kick a ball on lunchtime, but after school it was instantly to the skate park. So I'd say, when I was younger, it was like transitioned out from football straight into the skate park. So it was around like 12 years old, it was just every day. Then my mum sat there, I started not going to school. Pretty sure she was aware of that, My last 2 years of school, I think I was there like probably 30 days out of the year. So it was just spent in the skate park every day. Started traveling a bit with the bike, meeting friends up and down the country. Then all of a sudden my friends in my hometown was my loose friends, and the friends around the country was my main friends. So it was like, bikes kind of took me out of the town, and just kind of fizzled out that way.
So it's been a kind of lifeline and kind of to you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if I didn't cycle, I question when someone says to me they don't ride bikes, I'm like, what do you actually do? Like, what do you do? If you don't own a bike or ride a bike, what do you actually do? Like, I get walking, I get running, I get mountain climbing, but surely, like, most mountain climbers you speak to have a bike. And if I meet someone who doesn't ride or doesn't cycle, I'm just like, what? Like, how?
So I do all the things you just said, but I also love bike packing. Is that something?
No, so a company sent me something this year, and I attached it to my bike. I was like, this is probably the coolest thing I've had all year. Like, I get dead keen, and when I get a gadget I like, I really like it. I don't just half like it. And this bike packing thing it's like e-bike specific, and it's shaped in a way that you don't actually know it's on your bike. So you can attach all your stuff on and ride, and you don't even know you're carrying a tent or your sleeping bag. So bike packing, I'm keen into it. It's just finding someone to go with.
Oh, I'll go for a bike ride with you anytime. I'll go my bike.
I'm well keen.
So if you're on this gravel stuff, I'm about to do my first ever gravel race. Can you give me some tips on how I should actually do that? I have never gravel ridden.
I've never raced, but I've been to races and I've watched gravel racing and XC racing, and I'd just say I noticed that every race I've been to and watched, them corners get super slippy, don't they? So just practice your corners. Practice your corners and you'll probably be fine.
My problem is I probably go in there with 120 PSI tire pressure. I'll just be full.
So with gravel, you can drop it. You can ride tubeless, drop it to like 60 PSI. So that'll be where your grip comes from in the corners.
Okay. If I win, I'll say it's all down to you.
Yeah, for sure. If you win, I'll probably go do the first race myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying racing next year, actually. But for me, it's just more fun and the freedom side of it.
Oh, it's been brilliant talking to you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the festival.
Oh, will do, for sure.